Our story begins with Nick Fury telling his soldiers what their mission is about to be. He explains that he detects Hydra forces moving into a country called Wakanda. He explains that if they see a man in a Black Panther suit, do not engage him. Trust me, you will not win. He says, so what's the mission? Take care of the Hydra forces before they get to Wakanda. But if they are in Wakanda, then avoid the mission. Trust me, if they did get to Wakanda, we'll get there first. However, take any negotiations or if the Wakanda is talking to the Hydra troops because we don't want to risk an alliance. Because if they alliance with the Wakandan nation, I can imagine what we do after that. The Fury says, as he then sends USA for Dum Dum Dugan to the island. Nick Fury then thinks about it. As he thinks about what he once had to go through, he explains that he was captured from the Battle of D-Day, and he was brought to the Germans and forced to fight for their nation. He was sent on a mission along with a bunch of other German troops to investigate to sneak and steal a sample of vibranium in the Wakandan nation. However, the Wakandas were waiting for him. They used their technology, which was so advanced, and they easily took out the German forces. But for some reason, they let Nick Fury go. I don't know if it was out of pity or any of that, but they let me go. But I was captured once again. I was captured and experimented on. They put me in some kind of machine and injected me with some kind of serum that they named the Infinity Serum. Well, used to say I escaped that serum when the machine overloaded. Then I got to a radio and contacted my group, the American Air Force. They immediately arrived and took down all the German Hydra soldiers. And after that, I was tested. It turns out the serum they gave me stopped my aging process. Basically, my body would not evolve, and I would say 30 forever. And that's why I was able to survive so long. The serum basically made me immortal. While I can still be killed by conventional means, I can't age, and I will say 30 forever. He thinks to himself. Meanwhile, U.S. Agent and his guards and his soldiers immediately begin to arrive in Wakanda. Meanwhile, a bunch of Hydra troops looks at a man, and they see a man, what appears to be some kind of Black Panther outfit. They told the man to put his hands up, but the man just stands there watching. They told the man to do it now before they shoot, but the man just stands there watching. So he's in shots now. They begin to fight against him. They try to shoot him, but the bullets do nothing because his suit is made out of pure adamant vibranium. Black Panther says, they begin to shoot their sonic cannons. They begin to obliterate the tanks while they use the vibranium spears to pierce the jets, causing explosions and taking them all down. U.S. Agent and his guards then arrive. What are you doing here? Black Panther says, I wanted to question those men. U.S. Agent says, we have taken care of the garbage. You can leave. Wait, there's something we have to discuss. You need to leave, Black Panther says. However, more Hydra troops arrive, as that was not the last of them. They begin to fight against all the Hydra troops. Eventually, U.S. Agent Shield takes a blow, but because of the titanium, it isn't that strong, and it blows apart because of the tank. He then shoots a missile at U.S. Agent, but U.S. Agent catches the missile and throws it back at tank, taking it down. No ordinary human can do that, Black Panther says. I'm not an ordinary human, U.S. Agent says. Suddenly, a man with a gun shoots at Black Panther. U.S. Agent pushes him down, taking the bullet to the stomach, and he falls to the ground. Meanwhile, Dum Dum Dugan and his forces begin to push the Hydra army back, taking them down. Meanwhile, Black Panther brings U.S. Agent to some kind of medical facility. We have to save him. Dum Dum Dugan says we have the technology to close up the wound and save him, but I do not think we can make him heal faster. They quickly use the vibranium technology to make him heal, to close up the wound. However, Black Panther responds that he doesn't think that will do it. Suddenly the man gets back up. Black Panther looks at him, incredible as it may seem. Of course, it's the super soldier serum. He can heal 10 times faster than an ordinary human. Dum Dum Dugan says that explains your quick to recovery injury. So, you've become some kind of a lab experiment? Black Panther says. I'm more than that, US Agent says. But it's clear to me, you guys are not the enemy. Alright, team, let's move out. Meanwhile, Red Skull explains that he's sending Sandman, Sabretooth, and Lizard to go capture a piece of vibranium. That is their mission. Meanwhile, after a bit of sightseeing, U.S. agents ask why Black Panther is wearing that some kind of suit and why he's in this high-tech nation. So Black Panther explains that the Black Panther man has been passed down generation to generation in traditional combat. His father was killed by a man in traditional combat. Ever since he wanted revenge, so he trained, but nobody would teach him how to fight. So he had to teach himself how to fight. He trained every day of his life, and eventually he got that rematch and he beat the man. He exiled him from Wakanda, became the new leader of Wakanda. But while they're talking here, a giant boom, and Sandman, Sabretooth, and Lizard are gonna take down all the Wakandan and Shield Asian troops. The door blows up, and all of them begin to shoot at multiple people. They begin to fight against all of them with bullets flying in each and every single direction. They go to stop the conflict. Meanwhile, Dum Dum Dugan ends up fighting against the Lizard. They try to shoot him, but his skin is resistant to their gunfire. So a man takes a vibranium spear and jams it, and it goes through the Lizard's stomach, taking him down. And he turns back into Dr. Kirk Connors. Whoa! What was that? Dum Dum Dugan says. We don't kill our enemies. Dum Dum Dugan says. And how could that was able to pierce his skin? The vibranium is the sharpest metal and most powerful metal on Earth. It can easily pierce a weakling skin like that. He says, what is that thing on his head? He quickly takes out the machine, and suddenly he begins to transform back into the lizard. But he doesn't fight against him. Instead, he fights against the Hydra agents. It appears that machine was forcing the lizard to do. The machine was forcing the creature to do things he did not like, and it seems that he's not happy about it. He says that the lizard begins to take on the Hydra agents. Meanwhile, Black Panther fights against Sabretooth. The two of them begin to fight, and he kicks Black Panther away. The two of them begin to fight more, and he snaps Sabretooth's neck. And Sabretooth gets up moments after healing regeneration. What the heck? Black Panther says, nice try, guy, but I have a healing factor. I am immune, and my immune abilities I can heal from anything. You can cut my head off and I will grow a new one. It seems that fighting you lethally will not do the trick, so I'll fight you non-lethally. He says he begins to hit Sabretooth and all of his pressure points, which stuns him. And while he's stunned, Black Panther kicks him out, taking him down. Meanwhile, back with Sandman. Sandman realizes that he's the only one left, so he goes into a giant Sandman form. But they use their sonic cannons to disrupt the Santa he's made out of, and they quickly put him in the vibranium tight alloy so he can't get away. And in the end, all the supervillains are then taken to jail, and the lizard jumps out into the forest. Who knows where that creature's going? Thinks to himself. Indeed, Dum Dum Dugan says. Meanwhile, back with U.S. Agent, thank you for defending Wakanda. So, we could use somebody like you in a fight. I'm sorry, but I belong here defending my people. I cannot join you, Black Panther says. My people need me. I have to defend them. I can't just leave. Normally, I'd probably go to help you if we were in the crisis, but it's not a written crisis. This is a global war, which means Wakanda is in heavy definition of being attacked. Trust me, I won't be surprised if more and more forces go to attack. But I know now that the shield in America can't be trusted, so I don't suspect any attacks from you. Suspect you Americans have a way of surprising people, but I want to repay you for helping out Wakanda. Here, your shield back. Whoa, you gave me my shield back? Awesome. U.S. Agent says, yes, but this is a new shield. It's a vibranium shield. Black Panther says, thanks. Two of them shake hands and they go back to the short helicarrier. Meanwhile, short helicarrier preparing for their next mission. The end.